Welcome to the AutoCAD tutorial. In this session we will be introducing the basic tools of the user interface. I'm using AutoCAD 2019, but you can use any others as they are very similar. When you open the page at first, you can just click on Start Drawing to get to the new document. When you're here, you can start first by checking that the units on the documents are correct in millimeter, centimeter, or whatever. That will help you in future when you decide to export file or import file to the AutoCAD that you're working on. So you click on the AutoCAD icon, you go to Drawing Utilities and click on Units, and then you'll be able to access this. So that means I'm working here on millimeters, and it's decimal degrees, and the precision is very precise, so I'll make it less precise. And then I'll click on OK. Before we start, we will notice here on the home page that we have a drawing tool, drawing option, modify option. So this is what we're working on here. Starting with the line tool, it's the most basic one in AutoCAD, and the line tool allows you to draw segments which are separated by simply selecting 2 points on your screen. So if I select on 2 points on the screen and then I click Escape, I will have my line drawn here. Now this is not the only way to draw the line. You can also specify the length of the segment. So let's say 300 millimeter, and then I click Escape, and I will have a 300 millimeter segment on the screen. To draw if you draw, keep clicking on the screen and then click Escape, you'll notice that try to select it, you'll notice that it's doing each segment separately. So if you click on a segment and click on the middle vertex and just move it around, you will notice that they're actually not connected and they're separated. Another tool that we'll be working on is the polyline tool. Polyline tool is very similar to the line in a way of drawing. However, it doesn't do a separate segments, it does them continuously. So if I click on the polyline tool and I try to do the same as I did with the line, and then I click Escape, if you click on the object, it will select it as one object, and when you're trying to move the vertices around, it will stretch all the other segments accordingly. Now the difference between polyline and line is not only that. Polyline also allows you to add different shapes, different things to the object that you're drawing. So if I click on polyline again and I click on the first line, if you check this command line here for guidance, it says polyline, that's what I'm working on, specify next point, or arc, close, half width, length, undo width. I will click on arc, or just type letter A and hit enter or space bar, and then it will activate the arc option. So if I click on the arc and then I click on to drawing another arc like this, and then I want to go back to the line, I just go back to the command line and click on the line, or I type in L, and then I will be able to draw more lines again. You can switch from arc to line anytime, just that simple. When you finish, you can click C, close, or click here. And then if you select the object and try to move it, as I said, it will move all the segments accordingly. However, you will be able to move things around the whole object together by clicking on the move tool from modify here from the home, and then you'll be able to move the thing around just like that. Now if we want to draw a very precise vertical line and horizontal line, we will use polyline for this. Just moving if you want to move on the page, you can just click on the mouse, like just click on the pen, or from your mouse escape it by clicking on escape, or from the wheel on the mouse, just keep pressing the wheel on the mouse and this will appear. So it's the pen, and you can zoom in and out also from the wheel. If I want to do vertical and horizontal perpendicular lines, you can just use the ortho mode. So ortho mode restricts the cursor movement to either vertically or horizontally. So I'm clicking on it, and now I'm trying to draw, and you will see that the movement is restricted. So you'll be able to, let's say, do very quick drawing, and then you click on escape and you will have your object there. Same if you want to deactivate it, you either click on it. F8 is the shortcut, so when you click F8 on and off, it turns it on and off. There is also the polar tracking. Polar tracking restricts the movement of the cursor in a specific angle. If I click on this small arrow here, you'll be able to see which angles you are locking. So I will lock the 45 degrees, and I will go to the polyline again, and then when I am drawing, if I am activating it, I'll be able to see this small dotted, very fainted dotted green line. It is a guideline saying that this is a 45 degree. You can click, or you can type in the line dimension that you want to use. Ctrl Z escapes only the last thing that you did, not the whole object. So you can use Ctrl Z if this is not the right thing that you want to work on, and escape, and then you have the shape here. Now we will go to explore the other tool, which is the circle tool. Circle tool is very simple. When you click on it, it says here on the command line, specify the center point of the circle. So you can just specify the circle, the center point, and you can type in the dimension that you want. This is one way of drawing a circle, and it's always going to be a perfect circle. Another way to draw it is if you just click on this small arrow, it will explore different options of that. You can explore them individually later. If you want to create an oval shape, it's the same. There's an oval shape here. You specify 2 points, and there's also different way to do that. So you just click on the arrow and you can explore the rest. Same applies for the rectangle. Also, you can either put the dimension, key in them, like just type in the dimension, or click and draw. And you can also do a polygon. Same for the polygon. You have to first specify the number of the sides. Here it says 4. I'm going to put 8, and then enter, and oops, you have to select if you want it in the circle or about it. So that's it. You can explore all these tools individually later. Now if we go to the selection tool, if you keep pressing with your mouse, you'll be able to see this weird shape for the selection. So if you press and move the mouse clockwise, anti-clockwise, you can select only whatever inside the shape that you draw. Like this, it will only select the polygon, even though it crossed the rectangle. However, if you go anti-clockwise, it will select whatever it crosses. So that's one way of doing it. Second way of doing it is just press and draw like a rectangular shape on the screen. So when the shape color is green, that means it can select whatever it's crossing. That's from right to left. If you go from left to right, it's only what it's including. So it has to be all included in it. See, it didn't select the line segment here. To delete shapes, you just select shapes and delete them by pressing delete, or press the space bar. So it's either delete or the space bar. So press it, and sorry, that's the space bar because it's repeating the option. So if I delete and then I select, and that's, now I can repeat whatever the last one I did by using the space bar. If I draw a line and then I click space bar again, it says line. So you don't have to use to go again and create the line. So space bar is basically on your keyboard just to repeat what's the last command that you did